time for breakfast. Soon. Get a little work done first. Let the fire cool down. Now you usually don't have to. You usually don't have to light the fire again. Just keep it going all night long. I know that sounds unsafe, but it's fine. Keep it going all night long, and then in the morning, the ashes are hot. You just throw some leaves or whatever on top, fine, and starts up again. Starting a fire is one of your most essential skills. If you don't have it, learn it. Learn to control your fire. Now, there's no source of water out here that would put out a fire if it started. So you got to be pretty competent, confident about what you're doing. Otherwise, you will end up with a problem. I've made some pretty big fires before in my backyard and kept them burning sometimes for weeks. Plane overhead. And just make sure you have a stick to do things, and make sure you have some gloves in case you need to grab anything. This stick has a little Y joint on it where I cut the branches off. This is the kind of stick you want. That way you can manipulate things, you can control things. Now a lot of this is coming off that big trash heap that I've got. Some of it's dry, some of it's not. Every guy thinks he knows how to do a fire perfectly. There's no right way or wrong way. Make sure it stays lit. So this is all the wood that the chipper can't eat. Best way to get rid of it. That's good enough for now. That's good enough for me to get started working. Well, I said I was going to do it. Time to flatten this earth out. I ran into a taproot. I was just gonna leave the stump. The problem is the taproot's so thick that I can't flatten the soil. So I gotta get past the taproot. I quickly decided that boots and long pants was not the way to go today. All right, so this became more of a video on me removing that stump. I did a few things I wasn't supposed to do to make it happen. Using a pickaxe is not standard, but I'll tell you something, it beats digging it out with a shovel. Now I left a little tiny piece in there, but I've already separated all the roots. So it's not gonna grow back. If it does, that'd be surprising. Besides, I'm only putting a temporary structure over it, so I'm not worried about it. So I had to get underneath it, and when I did, I quickly realized that this beast right here was really tied in. So what I had to do, for future reference for yourself if you got to do it, is use the pickaxe and split it down the middle. I know some people use a log splitter to hammer it in. That's fine too. You can use an axe if you want to. Pickaxe works great for me, man. Use the heaviest pickaxe you can get, and that little chainsaw over there, I just cut it right out. Okay? I know you're not supposed to put a chainsaw in the dirt. You know, it's a cheap $10 blade. Not worried about it. It's gonna be fine. But on to leveling. Too hungry to continue. Weak hungry. Apparently I left my phone in the sun and it overheated. I had to stick it on ice. And while I was at it, I stuck me on ice. I feel a lot better now. Okay, I think I'm done. Let's check it. This pile came out of the ground. I mean, this was nothing but a gigantic root system, this entire thing. That was why I used a pickaxe. Now, let me clarify myself. I'm not going for level. I'm going for flat. And the reason being is because what I plan on doing is using pallets to create a floating system on top of cement. So I'm basically just going to be putting cinder blocks and some other filler cement, patio blocks and such, cap blocks and whatever else I can do to make it level on each pallet. So two cinder blocks will hold the corner of 4 different pallets, if that makes sense, like in the center. I've done this before, it works. And then maybe one in the center of each. I don't think that's going to be necessary. But it's for the storage unit. Let's check it. The only things I couldn't get rid of were that stump, because it's just kind of stupid. But there's a little bit of a dip right here around that stump system. And I'm just going to have to build higher around there, probably, because I don't know, maybe it is flat between here and there. I don't really know. But I think it's going to be fine for what I'm trying to do. And that's not bad for, you know, just a couple hours work. Looks pretty good. And I pretty much used all these tools for that, including that guy. Okay, I just pounded that out with my feet. You've got to make sure that whatever you're putting blocks on, whatever's going to have weight on it, is as pounded down as it's going to get. Otherwise, the first time it rains, not only to mention just over time, it's going to start sinking and you're going to have to redo it.
that's the best I can do. I don't have like a professional pounder. I don't have the machines to do it, so I'll just use 165 pounds of weight and stomp on the thing. But it's good. Okay. According to my math, this is half as many as I need, 9. I need to get 9 more to finish the other side. Go to Tractor Supply, they've got it. This is what it's going to look like. I'm obviously not going to put it on the ground. I don't want it to rot. Even though this is a temporary structure, I still could use the blocks to even it out. You can see where, right about here, it starts to get a little wonky. You can see it from this side a little better. So it's not entirely flat. You know, you can see the ridge line right there. And I may or may not flatten that out before I start I probably should, you know, now that I can see it. But now I got to get more, and then I got to calculate how many blocks I need, or how many concrete stones.